peas again. Right. Going into pea mode. Here's another way of doing peas. Some guttering, old guttering. I've got some more somewhere, I can't find it. Must be in the shed. But anyway, it's one piece here. I've shown you the peas that I'm sowing at home. Ones that have been soaked. I have the other soaked ones over the back there. These are the ones that I planted at home, sowed at home. So they're all ready. They've been in here for a while. Those are a bit more leggy because they've been in the lights at home. I've got another 3 trays at home. They've got to come down here. I forgot to bring them down earlier, but I'll bring them down tomorrow. Okay, so that's the tray method. And this is what we tend to do down the allotment. And all that we do is simply fill that up with soil, i.e. that. And I say soil, I haven't got any soil here, I haven't got any multi-purpose down the allotment. So what I'm using is some coca coir mixed with chicken pellets and blood, snot and bone. And all I'm going to be doing is putting that all in here, putting the peas in, covering them and soaking it. And then the idea is that in the allotment where we're going to put the peas, these will grow up, the roots mat together. We then, where we're going to grow them outside, we dig a trench, same size as that, and then literally just slide the whole lot out. I won't be able to slide it that way because there's a hole there. Yep, because the roots will go down there. So what I was going to say is, some people drill holes in here, drainage holes. I don't. Simple reason is, if you drill loads of drainage holes, I've found that what happens is when the roots go through the drainage holes, you can't slide the whole lot out. If you leave it nice like that, they tend to slide out. And you basically just hold that up and just slide. I'll try and demonstrate, although I will do another video when I actually do them. But you basically just slide them out into the trench and just move that backwards, and that's it. Jobs are good and done. The only thing I have to watch is by putting them in here, put them somewhere here, so that mice decide to come and eat them. So that's the only thing that you've got to be careful of. But I'm going to do that. I'm going to go and get some more of these. I have got some more. They're basically old guttering that people are throwing out. So have a go at it. Try it. We tend to do a lot of this type of thing over in the UK for the allotments. For all you guys overseas, might be a little bit different. Obviously your temperaments, as in temperatures and all the rest of it, and the land that you put the stuff in might be slightly different, but it may work. I don't know. Give it a go. Just try it, and then you haven't got to disturb the roots and whatever. And if the whole lot doesn't slide off in one go, just get your trowel and just cut them up into little wedges or sections and slide them out. Once they're in the ground, all you do is put a bit of soil around the edges, and that's it, and water them in, and leave them. So you're not disturbing them, you're not messing around. I mean, basically I've got to now take all of those out individually, plugs, and put them all in, which isn't too bad. The other way is obviously hand sowing them into the soil outside, which I am going to do as well. So I'm doing 3 ways. Well, actually I'm doing 4 ways in a way. I'm doing the ones here where I put the dry seed in, 3 in each. I think I put 6 seeds in each length. Yep, 1 2 3 4 5 6, so it's 36 in each one. Grew them at home. They will go out, and to be perfectly honest, that whole thing there will come out in one go. Those were soaked seeds. Put in. Got some more at home, and then these are going to be obviously a guttering method, but they are soaked seeds. So the other method I'll be doing is direct sowing outside as well, and we'll just have a look and see what happens. Again, direct sowing outside, it's okay, but you tend to have to net them because the pesky mice decide to pull up all of the lovely peas in the ground because they need to eat something, because it's still only middle of March So although it's warming up, we have got a chance of frost again. So I'm going to do those and I'll come back to you. So there you go, I've moved over here on my new bench. So I've put the seeds in there, which have already started to grow. So I'm literally just plonking them in there. They'll find their own way. And then basically I'm just going to cover them, give them a good soaking, and cover them, and as in put some plastic over it, keep the pesky mice off, and then take it from there. Back in a sec. Cool. So there you go, I've covered them all up. Give them a good watering. So we'll see what happens there. And all these peas are all from the ones I saved from last year, so I've got a load more saved. So none of these have cost me a penny. So seed saving wise, peas are great to grow again the following year. Really good. So yeah, hopefully they'll come up. But if I don't get a lot on here, I don't get a lot. It doesn't matter. It's only cocoa core and some chicken pellets and blood, snot and bone. Because at the end of the day, that can always go in the soil wherever it's got to go. So you don't lose anything. The seeds were free. The soil cost me about £1, if that, and it's a massive block of cocoa core. The pellets, I've got tons of them, and they go in the soil anyway. Yeah, so it's never going to go to waste. And if I get peas out of it, brilliant. So you know, it's another job done. Like I say, I'll do some others as well, and we'll take it from there. And then we'll do a traditional part of the traditional bed as well. These are all going to go up on plot 2. Okay, the new plot. I've decided the peas are going to go up there. It's sunny at certain points of the day, and then it gets a bit more shady. It's out of the way, and I actually think it'll be better up there than in this particular plot in the open. I can control it more anyway, and I'm utilising that soil and the earth up there. It's only had potatoes in it in the previous few years, I'm led to believe. Done a soil test on it, and it's absolutely fine. It's had manure on it a few years ago. It hasn't been heavily manured, so to speak, but it has got nutrients in it still, because I've checked it. So I think it'll all work nicely. So that's where they're going to go. So in one of the particular rows, like these are going to go in, and I'll do some at a dry run as well, as in direct sown. So I hope you've enjoyed this. Thumbs up if you have. If you don't subscribe yet, please subscribe. It is free. Another word in subscribe means, oh, you're going to have to pay me money. If you want to pay me money, I don't know how you're going to do that, but if you want to, that's fine. But no, it's absolutely free. All this marvellous information you're getting off me is totally free. But as a disclaimer, I'm not an expert, so just take on board what you want to. I've had a few queries actually about the Premier seeds, in as much as they don't necessarily have growing instructions on the packets. Yeah, correct. But when you buy them and order them on the website, it'll tell you on there what you need to do with them. And if you're a newbie, yeah, okay, what I would suggest you do is go and either look at YouTube channels like this, or buy a really decent book on sowing seeds in general, like tomatoes, aubergines, chilies, peppers, peas, broad beans, all that type of thing. Buy a really decent book and keep that as your book at home, and you can refer to. Yes, there's different varieties, but that's all you're buying from a seed. These packets you buy with all these great pictures on and all these sowing ingredients on the back, I've never really looked at them. The pictures are lovely, but the actual instructions on the back, such as growing space and that, I can pick up from a book or YouTube channel. And if I can get the seed packets for about 1/10 the price, I'd rather do that. And also the instructions on the back, it gives you dates when you can sow, etc. But that's for a perfect environment. And if you've noticed on box of packets, they're like there's 3 months gap where you sort of says you can sow these from say February to April. It's because they're all they're saying is this is the optimum growth, and they always give you 3 months because it gives them leeway, it gives them a quarter of the year. Well, actually, if you're going to give us information, tell us actually which type of week, or say mid-March or something, not February to April. It's a bit like clairvoyance saying, you know, and all the rest of it, and people, you know, picking out what's your name in the audience. Well, yeah, you will do in the end. It's the same thing with the seeds. And also climate is changing so much. I'm in zone 8 or something like that, I don't know, but it's changing. It's like last year on the 17th of May we had quite a heavy frost, and it killed a lot of plants off. We had potatoes that were outside getting frost damage, and then it was perfectly fine. But we'd already had March, April, which were really warm weather, which was unheard of. It's like this year so far, it's been very, very, very wet the start of the year, but not now. It's mid-March. It's about 12 degrees in this polytunnel. It's about 8 outside. It's not cold, so it starts to put you into a full sense of security in putting plants out and all that kind of thing. And actually, if you read the seed packets, they'll probably say, oh yeah, put them out in March. No, don't, because you're going to get a late frost. So you have to know your area. So again, seed packet information, it's okay as a guide, but I don't particularly necessarily rely on it. The best people to rely on, if you've got them around you, and I know if you're on a homestead, etc., not necessarily going to have that, but on allotment sites over here in the UK, you've got people around you. Just ask them, unless they're completely and utterly non-bloody people that don't really want to help one another, then you're not going to get anything out of them. But you'll find majority of them will help you and give you advice. And I've always done that, given advice, but I've always taken on advice from people and chosen which ones and bits and pieces of information I want to utilise and use. So anyway, there you go, that's the piece done. See you later, guys. Bye.